IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm at BXR London in Marylebone today, and with me, I've got the main man himself.
You passed your apprenticeship today, son.
Thanks, bro.
When it was all going off, I thought, can't believe Coogan would be here with a camera. Look round, there was Sonny, right in amongst it with a camera.
Panning.
Yes.
Working away between both, sitting on the fence. Speaking of that argument, Okolie and Isaac Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened there?
I was obviously right amongst it. What happened was, Isaac was sitting down here, like 15, 20 yards from Okolie, and I went over to Okolie and I said, your mate Chamberlain's over there. I said, one day it's going to be a big fight. And he went, I'm ready, let's do it now, blah, blah, blah. I spoke to him. Then I went over to Isaac and I said, Isaac, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you Saturday. I said, listen, it's going to be a big fight. And Isaac Chamberlain said, do you think it's an 0-2 fight? I said, steady, son. I said, he's had 3 fights, you've had 8 fights, but we'll build it, don't worry, it's going to be a big London fight. Anyway, then Lawrence came over and said, I've heard about what you've been saying, blah, 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 you've been chatting shit, I'll fight you now. Isaac stood up because he was sitting down, and then it was like one of them moments where, you know, it's good, it's good.
When you see dollar signs.
Yeah, yeah, no, it wasn't, it's never going to go off, but it's one of those, it's such a great fight, but as I said to Isaac, when you gamble like that, you don't gamble for small money, you stick it all on the line. And when we get to the right moment for that fight, which is, I said 6 months the other day, it's probably a little bit longer than that, but then when Isaac left, I went over to him, I said, by the way, you know I said it wasn't an 0-2 fight? I said, I'm not so sure. So, listen, they're both starting out, they've both got to make their own path. As much pressure as we're under from fans to put fighters in, it's not the right time for those boys. Like I said, one's 3-0, one's 7-0, I think, 8-0. See you later. And, you know, it's got to be built properly. And being a promoter and guiding the path of a fighter, it's not just about stick them in. You've got a responsibility to build the fighter, and like I said, when it's time to gamble, you gamble for big money, perhaps with titles, and when that time comes, that time will come. But that will be a big fight, big fight. 2 London cruiserweights who can fight,
I think it could be one of them cages almost with a cage in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a lot smaller than that at the moment. But you know what it felt like? It felt like AJ and Dylan White. You know, remember like the whole London thing? It was like the cruise, and like all of a sudden I was thinking, Jesus Christ, here we go again. But
there were some big
can't
boys
lie,
over there.
There were some big boys over there. But I can't lie, as usual, you get a situation like that, and then he gets popcorn in his pants. You know, this is what we live for. This is what we want. We want rivalry between great British fighters. The right time, right place. That'll be happening.
Obviously, there's a few British tear-ups on the undercard. Ted Chamberlain fight for the English against Matthew Ryan, and obviously Ricky Summers and Frank Buglioni. 2 cracking fights there. A good little show you got going on there.
Yeah, it's a smaller show for us. As you know, July the 1st originally was the date proposed for James DeGale against Callum Smith. That never got made. We stay at the O2. I keep saying to people, we're in a transition period at the moment of fighters who are approaching the final phases of their careers, and by that I don't mean that disrespectfully, I just mean that you get to a stage where you've got 3 to 5 fights left. Tony Bellew, Kell Brook, Anthony Crolla, you know, Ricky Burns, these kind of guys, and then you've got the new crop coming through. Of course, we know the Olympians who starred on Next Gen, but even below that, Ted Cheeseman, Reece Bellotti, Conor Benn, Isaac Chamberlain, you know, these kind of guys, Jake Ball coming through. So, you know, we need to make sure we give these guys the platform as well, through Next Gen and through big undercard fights. I mean, again, Reece Bellotti in his first big title, Ted Cheeseman fighting the English champion and also eliminated for the British title. So those boys are stepping up now. Now we've got to see what they can do. Frank Buglioni's Frank Buglioni. You know exactly what he does on a tin and says on the tin. Always in great fights. Ricky Summers has been up sparring with Callum Johnson. Trained very hard for this fight. Undefeated fight. A massive opportunity for him. I think Frank Buglioni is only in great fights, and you know, he wants to move on and try and challenge for a world title. Nathan Cleverly again is a great fight for him as well. Looks like he's going to fight Badu Jack. And the man over there, Joshua Boazzi, who was probably the guy during the Rio Olympics that I was sitting, actually remember sitting in my old man's lounge, and he said to me, son, you've got to get this kid. You know, the balance is unbelievable, unbelievable punch power, such a great mindset. The journey begins on Saturday at the O2. Actually, I tweeted last night, I think Instagram, a picture of Joshua AJ, Boazzi, and Cordina. And I was just sitting there thinking, what a great bunch of lads, and two, how lucky are we that we have the talent that we've got, the talent that you saw at the Next Gen show, the talent that's at the O2 on Saturday, Josh Kelly, Anthony Fowler, Lawrence, you can go on all day. But I'm really honoured to represent the fighters that we do, and you wait to see these boys go over the next year, 2 years. I think we've got so many world champions in the waiting, and if you think British boxing's good now, like I said, wait for 6 or 12 months time, because these kids coming through, I believe, are not just British level, these guys are world level, and they're elite level fighters as well, so buzzing.
I mean, away from British boxing, Marco Huck has been chucked into that crazy little tournament that's going on. What do you make of that tournament?
Listen, I know, obviously Caller's involved with the tournament, who I get on very well with. Jamie Cox went in this morning. And they come on to us, they asked us for a list of all our fighters, cruiserweight and super middle, and they came back. We're talking to them about some cruiserweights as well, but they came back and said, Jamie Cox, undefeated, 22-0, yes please.
I was out of him in Marbella last month.
Great opportunity for him, to go in that tournament. And again, I hope this stresses to people the difference between being with us and being with someone else is we don't restrict your opportunities. You know what I mean? I don't know what broadcaster's going to get the World Boxing Super Series. I just know they're paying Jamie Cox a lot of money, and it's a great opportunity for him. And he could go on and change his life. I'm not going to hold him back. O'Hara Davis against Josh Taylor, same thing. I had negotiations with the McGuigans, had a lot of fun with them, got them to a crazy level, but we couldn't say no. Good luck to O'Hara Davis. Go and earn that money, get the win, and then we'll go and conquer the world. Too many promoters are too worried about saying, no, you're not boxing outside of my shows, I'm not losing control of you. If you believe in a fighter, if they can go and do things, doesn't matter whose show it's on. Of course we want to keep you with us on Sky, but if there's other opportunities elsewhere, not a problem. As long as you're good enough, you'll be fine. And there, Jamie Cox can go and blow that division apart in that tournament. In terms of the tournament, I think it's good. I think that you're going to get, particularly the cruiserweight tournament looks really strong. Super middles, I think they've got a little bit of work to do. But, generally, they're paying great money to the fighters. Let's see. Once the tournament gets up and running, the proof's in the pudding. But anything that's bringing extra money to the game, anything that's bringing extra opportunities to fighters, anything that's bringing investment, TV, media, exposure, profile, not a problem. More the merrier.
Well, big time. Whoa! Exciting times ahead.
Yes, absolutely.
But Ed, obviously, I'm sure I'll catch up with you over the coming week. Well, Cougar will probably get you tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Glory,
I saw him with Arj today. He was filming with Arj,
He's got the big boys.
He's such a nut hugger for the celebs, isn't he? You know what I mean? I'm telling that for me.
Nut hugger. I like that. All right, well, listen, Ed, thanks for coming to IVL TV, and I'll catch up with you soon. Top man.